remember that story of me.
What story of you?
When I was younger, my first ex, I didn't know his age. Like, he lied to me.
Tell them about it.
So who here is a fan of Cher?
What the f is that?
The singer?
The singer?
Oh,
He's so mad.
What the?
Cher.
Sonny and Cher.
I see.
I mean, there's going to be a ton of people that don't know who that is anymore.
She was on Fiddler on the Roof, yeah?
I thought you were talking about an app. You know how like Rideshare?
Oh,
she?
no.
No.
That is
That's Barbara Streisand, I'm tripping.
So
I like
Cher. Yeah. Huge pop legend.
She got big hair?
She's now 77.
Shout out.
And she has a new boyfriend. Guess the age.
23.
Nope.
77?
31.
Just legal.
Closer than Anthony's.
45.
81.
Quite.
32. 83.
27.
39.
That is the closest. 38.
Okay.
Good for her.
I feel like that's not that.
77 and 38. Is there a problem? That's the question. What's wrong with this? Should there be anything wrong?
I
or
mean,
is it
he's
cool?
almost a 40-year-old man. So I feel like,
I don't see a problem.
If you want to have unprotected sex and not worry about a baby,
yeah, she's gonna over
you
it.
could cream pie all day.
That's probably the first benefit.
You think she still gets wet?
Oh.
Yeah, and then there's like
Dude, 2 minutes in.
But she also doesn't look her age.
Yeah, and there's less problems for her than there would be for him if he was 77 and she was like 38 or whatever, you know?
Like, she looks great for her age.
Yeah.
I'm not a granny chaser, but like some guys are.
Yes, that's
What does he do?
They get horny off of that.
Apparently he's a music exec or something.
Cool.
So he's like a successful guy.
I'm happy
It
for
is.
them. If they're happy, I'm happy.
They look kind of cute.
Yeah, because he's a
They look
grown ass
good.
man. He can make his own decisions. I
Yeah.
think that's cool.
He's not like 20. He's like 30.
Then that's a problem, I think. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you think, like, you know when let's say the tables are turned and there's just like an old rich fella,
Like Hugh Hef or whatever.
he's got a wife that's like an like an Anna Nicole Smith, it's really young,
That makes me mad.
and people just never believe that it's true love because of that. Could the same be said in this situation?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, if he was like jobless, wasn't like anyone, then I feel like yes, it's weird because you're definitely like he's in it for the money.
Yeah, he's not a barista.
But he's like he seems to be
Unless
he
he's
seems to
trying to
have money. He seems to like have his own.
Yeah, he
shit
seems to like
going,
have.
so-
Yeah, he's very self-sufficient.
So it's the other way around. If I see like when I see younger girls with like the older guy, but the girl's also really successful, like, and he's also rich,
Right.
then
That is different, huh? Yeah.
Is there something wrong with that when it's a girl that is completely has nothing going for her? She's just hot, and then an 80-year-old guy.
I think there's nothing wrong if she's chill with that. Like, if she wants to.
What if it's
But
what
if
if it's
you
your best
notice-
friend? Do you give her advice, or do you just say, "Hey, live your life"?
I'll be like, give me half the fucking money when he dies. I'm sticking with you all the way. What the hell? Take one for the team.
Have you noticed though, it was more acceptable like 5 years ago, and now it's like, if I don't know, like Brad Pitt or like Leo DiCaprio, right?
Yeah.
He's dating his like models and shit, and then everyone's like, that's disgusting.
Well,
And
5
it's
years
like-
ago, he was 5 years younger.
Yeah.
But that's no, I don't know if that's different. Like
I feel like it's
50
like
to
industry.
45, you know, like no. But all I'm saying is, it seems like now, if like a guy that's like 35 is dating a girl that's like 25, there's so many people coming out now and saying that's disgusting.
Yeah.
And I'm all like,
It's weird.
35 to 25 is disgusting and weird.
they say that now versus like
It's weird that they say
before-
that it is weird.
but before it was like, no, that's not. That's fine. It happens, you know.
To me, I'm like, man, that's fucking two grown ass motherfuckers.
Yeah.
They make their own decisions. Because even if it's like 18, I'm like, I think the weird part is double standard. It's like, they're 18. Yes, you can vote who the leader of the country is. But so they can do that. They can choose who the leader of the country is, but they can't choose who is in their love life.
Yeah.
What is it? Are they all there or are they not all there? Because if they're all there, then they make all their decisions.
As long as you're
That's
open
fair,
about it, because
yeah.
if they're together and they both agree on this is just for media, cool. Whatever, like at that point. Like if only when you're being lied to, like, I remember that story of me.
What story of you?
When I was younger, my first ex, I didn't know his age. Like he lied to me.
Tell them about it.
Yeah,
How
tell us
old?
about this.
So I was technically groomed
Really?
by an older guy that I didn't know. I was 14, 15. That was my first boyfriend.
Boyfriend? Yeah.
What was he catfishing you online, and then you were like,
He catfished me online first. It was like MSN days.
oh,
And then we met. And I don't know what happened. Like it's all blur. I think like my brain was just like just don't remember anything. And then we met up, and like he's Cambodian, but he doesn't look that much older. And I remember him being 2 years older than me because it was my brother's age.
So he said he was like
I remember-
16 or something.
Yeah, 16, 17, but he was working because he came from Cambodia, and he dropped out of school to help his dad work, was whatever. And I was in love. I was like, I'm gonna marry this guy. It's my first boyfriend. Oh my God.
Damn. Yeah.
And it wasn't literally until a few years ago, friends and I were at a party or something, or an apartment, we were drinking, and then at nighttime we were all just like sleeping in the living room, like all of us together. And he has a really unique name, it's a Cambodian name. Out of nowhere, one of the guys was like, oh, my mate, da-da-da, just added me on Facebook. And me and my best friend literally jumped out of bed, and we were like, did you just say his name, like that guy's name? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, show me. And we looked at it, I'm like, that's my first ex from like 10 years ago. What the fuck, whatever. Wow. That guy friend is like 5, 6 years older than me.
Oh, so he was like 20 or something?
So when we were partying at this age, I think I was like 24, and this guy mate is like 30 years old. And he was like, yeah, he was in my year level. He came from Cambodia, and he was older than him.
Damn.
He was 20, you're 14, 15?
He would have been over 20. He would have been at least 21, 22.
When you were 15?
And I would have been 14, 15.
Yeesh.
And I just felt, I was like, what the fuck? Like, it's been 10 years.
Yeah.
But thinking that he was at least 21, 22.
damn.
And I was still just in high school.
What was age of consent in that area?
18, we're 18.
It's all 18.
It's all
across the
18.
board?
Damn.
Fuck, dude. That's a
And
that's
I think
some
about,
low
like-
shit.
That's crazy.
My friend, he did the opposite, where he's like, I'm late 20s, but he was only 22.
Okay.
Yeah. And
What was he trying to achieve with it?
to date a girl that was older.
Did it work?
Yeah.
Wait, he wanted to be younger to date an older girl?
Yeah.
No, he wanted to be older. He wanted to be 29 to date other,
Oh, okay.
but he's actually 22.
But meet her
Eventually
at her
it's gonna
age.
come out. Like,
Well, yeah, they got married now, and then he had to confess.
Still doesn't know.
Oh, they got married and that's how he confessed?
Yeah, well, I mean, he came out for
Vows.
vows.
That'd be hilarious.
The marriage certificate.
Yeah, like, it's gonna come
damn.
out somehow. You're gonna see the ID, you're gonna see each other's license. I don't
Yeah.
know, like something.
It came out later, but I was like, that's pretty funny.
It's like, what's 10 minus 3? 7.
That's me.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, as long as you're open about it, then fuck it.
Maybe that's the thing. The reason why it's more stigmatized when it's men is because men just have a higher rate of being predatory.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I also think it's also more accepted when it's men. Like in history, just in general. And I think it's because
Men are
Like-
oftentimes more predatory.
no, it's because of just mating. So like you can be an old man and still have kids with the wife that's younger, right?
Yeah.
And you can like some cultures have multiple wives or whatever.
Yeah, it's biologically speaking.
Yes,
But then older guys have usually the money to do it. So like after 30, 40 years old, guys typically, if they are successful, they're making more, they can take care of like the multiple kids or whatever. And I'm just talking about what was acceptable in like history, not like now.
Right.
And I think over time that was more accepted because if you think of an older woman, if they can't produce children, then you're thinking like,
useless.
why is she with a young man if it wasn't just lust? Or like, why is, so I think it's like
Sugar mama.
socially, it became socially unacceptable because it was like, well, if you're not gonna build a family, then that's just lustful, or why?
It's kind of hard to
Just trying to get her back cracked.
Yeah. But I think now it's so different because it's like, you go, girl, you get that young man. But in general, I would think that women typically wanted older guys because they like that dynamic. So I don't know. Like in general, I always felt that women from like from our youth all the way on, they're looking for older guys to date.
Believe that too.
And they don't like younger guys.
Based on example. I guess,
Yeah.
I also feel like once you enter like a higher echelon of society, there's no, like all bets are off. Because I feel like, you know how like it's like when it comes to like lifting, you go, oh, that guy like lifts 300, 400, 500. By the time it gets to like 7, 8, 9, the regular person can't even fathom what the fuck's going on. Like I don't even know what the fuck that feels like on your back or whatever. I feel like that's how it is. It's like once you get to that level where your assistants have assistants, how are they communicating? Is their assistant communicating with the other person? How are their dinners set? Or do they have like, okay, we're gonna meet in Milan, and then tomorrow we're gonna meet in Sydney to have brunch? It's just a different world. So how they connect and how they like have mutual feelings, I feel like it's beyond what regular people can even.
Their
comprehend.
lifestyles are more alike than they are different.
Yeah, it's like we just think we look at age, which is like the most lowest hanging fruit of connection.
Yeah.
They probably have like oh, you have the same jet as me. It's like wait, it's
That's
like,
true. Yeah.
way different fucking
Different lifestyle, yeah.
Because they might not. I mean, this guy might not be thinking about having kids, or maybe he's thinking about,
Yeah, maybe
you
he
know,
doesn't
I can
care,
be
yeah.
with you for the next 10 years.
It is interesting too that he's 39 and then Cher's kids are 54 and 47.
That's crazy, yeah.
That must be like.
Oh, that just.
I mean, it happens. You know.
Sure, yeah, it does happen.
Sure, still
yeah.
got
But then in the back of his head too, I feel like it's kind of weird. He has to be thinking that like in 10 years' time she's gonna be gone.
Yeah.
Like I've only got
that's
10
what
years
I'm
with her,
saying.
and then I've still got another 40 years of my life.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird.
I mean, you
that
don't
part's
think,
weird. Yeah.
and they probably do think about that. They get married, whatever, like
Yeah.
their money and stuff. Like her name obviously has a lot of money to it, and then it's like,
But same thing, like you said, with your best friend dating a really older guy. If that were to happen, it's like in 10 years she's gone. He might.
and he just move on, be with someone else, and then or he's
He gets
Dude,
he
Cher
gets to be
had
the title to her fucking music and the rights to everything. You never know.
and if she loves him enough, she might be like, yeah, you can have a percentage.
That'd be sick.
Like you're set, then you're fuck you.
She has a pretty badass quote to end this. She says, she goes, "The reason I got with young men is because men my age are all dead."
That's tight.
That's so fun.
She might be one of those high energy people too, where like men her age can't even keep up.
She doesn't act her age either. Like,
No,
she's
yeah, she never
young.
has. She always seems like way like. you know,
Yeah, so
And she's looked like that for 40 years.
Yeah. She looks good.
she's immortal.
yeah.
So does it
She's not
say?
gonna die anyway.
Does it say if she still gets wet or not?